It's dangerous where you are. Just to go back to what we'll look like in 100,000 years from now, it looks like aliens. I don't know about you, Brad, but I do not want to look like an alien. Now, Brad Ball's with us this morning, and we are making speciality cuts this morning. The nice thing about these are that most people steer away from these cuts because we don't really know how to prepare them, right?
Well, exactly. You know, I think a lot of time people are intimidated by these sorts of cuts, so they do steer clear of them. But you shouldn't be.
Exactly, and they do take a little longer to cook as well.
They do take a little bit longer.
We usually leave them for the restaurants where we order them.
Exactly, you know, and these cuts, what they have is all of this connective tissue, this beautiful connective tissue, which is essentially collagen, and through the process of cooking it slowly at low temperatures, you break that down into gelatin, which is that beautiful, that sort of sticky mouthfeel that you get when you're eating oxtail or lamb shanks or something.
Exactly. But that's why they work really, really great in stews. But before we get to the stew part, let's talk quickly about which different cuts that we have here.
So we've got a few here today. This is knuckle. So you know, if you think of pardon me, if you think of lamb shank, you know, the four shanks in that. Same thing on beef. You get your knuckles. It's got beautiful marrow and lovely collagen connective tissue that through slow cooking will break it down. Obviously, we've got lovely oxtail, which I remember 10 years ago wasn't very popular in restaurants, and now I mean through butchers you actually struggle to get fresh oxtail through in winter because it's so popular. And then we've got some beautiful brisket, which comes from the sort of the chest, the breast area of the beef, which is beautiful because also that connective tissue has got some lovely fat. When you're roasting it, that fat seeps through into the meat and keeps it nice and moist.
Lovely.
And then my favorite speciality cut is beef short rib. What we've done here, and basically, I mean, it's exactly the same place that you get pork short rib, but you can see this is where the bones used to be. So we've just simply, we've boned it out so that we've got a cut without bones. But in saying that, it's always really, really good to cook these slow cooked meat on the bone because it adds flavor.
Wonderful stuff. Well, thank you so much, Brad, for taking us through these. Of course, we're not fearing the fact that we have these speciality cuts or that it takes so long to cook because we've got a really, really great, awesome competition after the break. We are going to be cooking up this baby, the beef short rib, when we come back. So I can't wait to see you get your hands on this, Brad. Cool. We'll be right back after the break.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Espresso right here on SABC3. Now, we are having a fantastic time because it's all about speciality cuts this morning. Those meats that we steer away from because either they take too long to cook or we really don't know how to prepare them because they really seem a bit intricate. But we're not going to be fearing anymore because Chef Brad Ball is in the house and he's showing us exactly what to do with beef short ribs. Brad, this looks fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those dishes that we love to do in the restaurant, and it's really, really super simple. And Zola was using the pressure cooker earlier on. I like to do this a little bit differently, maybe a little bit old school, more traditional, and we do it at low temperature at about 160 in the oven for about 3 or 4 hours. You really want to break down those connective tissues, get it super tender, but keep it juicy. I think a lot of the thought process as well, because you're cooking it slowly at a low temperature, it won't dry out. But if you do cook it too far or too high temperature, it is going to dry out. You're still going to have that dry, chewy meat.
Exactly.
So you've got to still be careful with. So what we're going to do is we start with our basics. With any sort of stewing or braising process, we've got our carrots, onions, and our celery. And that's just going to go straight into a little oven tray. And while we're doing that, we've got our meat on, just been dusted in some seasoned flour, salt and pepper. It's going to go into a pan, get a little bit of colour on it, and some garlic as well. Once that's got colour, it's going to go in here. We're going to add some beef stock, a little bit of red wine, and we're going to cover that with foil, get into the oven, like I said, for about 3 hours. Some herbs going in there. Once that's done in the oven, we then take the meat out, we strain the sauce off, and we then want to reduce the sauce to a beautiful sort of consistency of like a sticky sort of jus almost. That will just intensify all of the flavors. Right, so we get a little bit of red wine in.
That looks
and we want to make sure that when we cover this, we cover it nice and tightly, and that's going to keep all of the moisture in.
All right.
Beef
what
stock.
Have you got there? Beef stock.
A little bit of beef stock, half and half beef stock, half and half red wine. There we go. So these can go into.
Once it's nicely just braised on the outside.
There we go, absolutely. Colours flavours, So anytime you start caramelizing your meat or caramelizing vegetables, colour is flavour.
I like that. Colour is flavour.
Colour is flavour. So again, just like I always say, as you're building flavours as you're going along, you want to build flavour, and you want to make sure that that you're constantly adding to the end result.
Okay.
All right, so this can go into the oven.
All right. I'll pop that in for you.
Go. Got that. Right, then all I've done on this side here, so once that comes out, like I said, we're going to remove the meat from the sauce. We're going to strain the sauce.
And how long is that going to be?
That's going to go for about 3 hours at about 160.
All right.
And once we remove the meat, we're going to strain the sauce. So we've got rid of all of the vegetables. We've extracted all the flavor. That's going to go into a pot, and we're going to keep our meat one side. We're going to reduce that sauce until it's beautiful and sticky. And then basically what we'll end up with is it's just you want that beautiful shine to it, and that's simply just the reduction of that red wine and that stock that's gone into there.
That looks very, very awesome.
There we go. So this is now. I mean, you can see this is. If I'm not too careful with this, this is going to fall.
That is fantastic.
Apart completely.
Wow, that looks really, really
There we
beautiful.
go. And all we've done, like I said, Joe, we've kept it really, really simple. We haven't added too much to it. We've let the meat, the beef, talk for itself, really. So we're just going to sauce that a little bit more.
While you're busy saucing that, if you would like our recipe this morning for beef short ribs, all you have to do is SMS the word beef to 33728. We'll send you your Pick n Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this very fantastic, finger-licking, good, mouth-watering piece of meat tonight. My goodness, or for Father's Day. Any dad would love that. Well, if you want to take one more look at how we made that, well, here you go.
Cut beef into pieces. Then dust with seasoned flour and brown in a hot pan. Place onions, celery, garlic, rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, peppercorns, beef, wine, stock and tomato paste into a roasting dish. Cover with double layer of foil, then braise at 160 degrees for 2 hours. Remove ribs, then strain sauce. Reduce until thick, then return ribs to the sauce. Serve with mash and beans.
That keyword once again is beef. SMS it to 33728. We'll send you your Pick n Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this. Marky Mark, I could see, hey? You were never going to just sit down and not get a taste of this meal.
No, Kev forced me to come over here and to try this.
Well,
Kev
you got it. Oh, Kev forced you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got to take one for the team then.
Okay, I'll take one for the team. Here we go again.
Prudent. All right, while you're doing that this morning, you could actually make
this. Is this the wine?
But in half the... Oh. Okay.
This is very good.
Salak opitong. Like a salak.
This is awesome.
Oh my goodness! Oh my
Okay,
goodness!
no, would you cut me a thing of this because I don't want to mess this up.
If you would like to win your dad an AEG pressure cooker to make this meal in half the time, all you have to do is SMS the word AEG followed by your name and city to 33728. Yeah, ek vat hom. And of course, you could be walking away with that amazing pressure cooker today. We are giving away.
It's not that I'm just drunk. This is amazing. No, this is really good.
It's good stuff,
really
hey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
I think we need to take a break. I think Mark might need to take a little bit of a
Really
breather. We'll see you right back after this. Thanks.
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick n Pay, always there for you.